Hello, welcome, and welcome back to those of you familiar with this channel. Today we're on page 25 of the little booklet, Kamatthana. As you must know by now, it's available as an ebook and a free download on this channel, and I really encourage you to use it in your practice as a reference. And if you ever have questions or doubts, concerns, issues, that you'll contact me directly. We can talk by phone using these various apps available to us. We can also, of course, text. So please feel comfortable to reach out to me if it would be any help to you. Today we're on page 25. We've been talking about the triple gem. We started by talking about the Buddha. There was a very short definition about the Buddha, and that's intentional. The secular mind, that is, the mind we have before we are an arhat, cannot imagine what a Buddha is, and even an arhat still is not liberated or wise enough, or whatever language you want to use. An arhat is not a Buddha, and an arhat has sufficiently purified his ignorance or her ignorance to reach a point of purity that Buddha nature is the dominant factor. And the arhat, if I understand it correctly, unlikely that I do, cannot behave, cannot think a thought or say words or have actions that are incompatible with Buddha's truth and beauty. But that doesn't make an arhat a Buddha. So it's better not to try and talk about what it's like to be a Buddha. The Buddha himself said, don't bother, you're just wasting your time. Let's see what we can understand using conditioned phenomena about the truth of Dhamma. So Dhamma is the truth, that's a capital T, the way things are. And briefly, there are two kinds of Dhamma. The capital D Dhamma is the teaching of the Buddha, and the small d Dhamma is Mother Nature, human nature, biology, etc. The way the world works, but it's different than, or is not meant to be confused with the teaching of the Buddha. Ultimately, the teaching of the Buddha leads us to an unconditioned state, and the world and everything in it and the laws that govern it, whether it's gravity or flotation or aerodynamics or laws of thermodynamics, etc., those are all conditioned. They all arise, pass away, live for some time and pass away, and as does the whole universe, whereas Buddha nature never does. So that's the way things are. And Buddha often concluded his Dhamma talks with that statement. He'd give a talk, and then he'd say, well, and that's just the way it is. That's the way it is, folks. You can like it or not like it. You can agree with it. You can be angry or grateful. But never mind, that's the way it is. So Dhamma is the food of the heart. I repeatedly stress the difference between intellect, which we identify with as a brain function, and the Dhamma, which is a heart function. So it's a wisdom, it's a kind of knowing that it's on a completely different level from what goes on in the intellect. Dhamma, that which holds, to amend or correct all imperfections, develop all perfections. So it's an energy, it's a wisdom, it's a force. How can we talk about the invisible? It's real. It's the way things really are. It's what the practice of the Eightfold Path is all about. So it is a reality, and its reality is it's cleansing, it's purifying, it corrects and purifies the mind, which is currently polluted with a lot of ideas that are simply not true. The greatest falsehood is that we are people, we are persons. I'm over here and you're over there, and we have these differences of gender and age and life experience, etc. That's the original sin of misunderstanding the way things really are. The gift of Dhamma surpasses all other gifts. The taste of Dhamma surpasses all other tastes. Delight in Dhamma transcends all other delights. Freedom from craving ends all suffering. So this treasure, this priceless treasure, the very first page of this little booklet, if you have started with, and I hope you have, as page 1, it says, Dhamma should not be sold like goods in the marketplace, and the gift of Dhamma exceeds all other gifts. It's priceless. It is a priceless gift that actually we have been given. We've already got the gift. We don't have to earn it. We don't have to be lucky and win the lottery and get the gift of Dhamma. It's the nature it's the true nature of what actually is, and that is available through consciousness. It's not available through bodily experiences of the 5 senses. So if we'd like to open this gift, then we need to practice how to open this puzzle, this Gordian knot. How can it be that the truth about me is I'm already Buddha nature, but my life doesn't feel like that at all? Well, the taste of Dhamma surpasses all other tastes. It's using one of the 5 senses as an analogy that no matter how good the food is, Dhamma surpasses that. No matter how beautiful something we see is, or how amazing some sounds that we hear, some smells that we smell, or something that we touch, no matter how fantastic, no matter how enjoyable those experiences may be, Dhamma transcends all that. You can't begin to compare the experience of a nibbana with anything that happens to us through the six sense doors. So the joy, the tranquility, the equanimity, the sense of peace that we can experience, or which can be experienced, transcends anything that we know through the six sense doors. Now, how to get there, so to speak, is freedom from craving. And other words that they use in translating instead of craving is greed and lust. Those are really strong words. People often think they're not greedy. People don't like to think they have cravings. Although I've noticed the advertising industry says for various products, satisfy your craving. Buy this product, eat this product, use this product, etc., and you'll satisfy your craving. That's fake news. That's a lie. You can never satisfy cravings without new cravings arising. And the first of our enemies, of the five enemies, the hindrances that we've talked about several times recently, is wanting. Instead of understanding that the greatest gift that we could possibly want has already been given to us. Our job in our meditation and mindfulness practice is to start noticing all the different ways that the mind has cravings, wishings, wantings, and the other side of that coin, not wanting, not liking, thinking the world should be different, that countries or police or political figures or relatives or family members should be different. That's not wanting. That's craving. That's a craving for things to be different than they are. Now the next one says, going inward into oneself to see. We've talked before that Vipassana means insight meditation. Well, insight obviously means to look within. That's where we're going to find this gift that surpasses all other gifts. It is impossible to buy it in the world. It's not for sale in the world. Whatever is being sold in the world is a delusion. It's a shadow of reality. It's fake, and it will disappoint. Eventually, it will be exposed as not having performed the way it was advertised to perform. Whether it's marriage or children or family or careers or success or money or anything money buys, it ultimately does not satisfy. The chitta, that's a word for mind, of Dhamma. So what is the mind of Dhamma? Well, it's more refined and astute, attaining release. Chitta is Dhamma and Dhamma is chitta. So technically, there's not a distinction between this pure mind and what we call Dhamma. The secular mind is not pure mind, but it is an aspect, a characteristic of mind. Mind is more than just one thing. It can do more than just one thing. It has characteristics and attributes that are more than just one attribute. I sometimes think of it as the hand. If we have a hand, a fully functioning hand, we say, oh, that's his hand, this is my right hand. But We have 5 fingers. Fingers have joints. There are fingernails. There are larger fingers, baby fingers. There's a thumb. There's a palm. There's the back of the hand. On and on. There are doctors who specialize in the hand. So it's very complex, but it's still just the hand. And so we can think of the chitta that way. There is a consciousness. There is something we can call mind. Excuse me. But it has many facets. It has many characteristics and potentialities. Okay, and the third one of the triple gem is the Sangha. I've mentioned in previous discourses that historically the Sangha meant anyone who had reached at least the level of stream winner, Satapani. Nowadays, people think of the Sangha as anyone who calls themselves a Buddhist. In this booklet, the meaning of Sangha is someone who has reached at least the state of Satapani, a stream winner. On the conventional, that samadhi level, the term denotes the communities of Buddhist monks and nuns on the ideal area level. It denotes those followers of the Buddha, lay or ordained, who have attained at least stream entry. Recently, particularly in the West, the term Sangha has been popularly adapted to mean the wider sense of community of followers on the Buddhist path. This usage finds no basis in the Pali Canon. I'm going to turn the page just so we can finish talking about the Sangha at the top of page 26. The practice leading to awakening. That's a definition for Sangha. Sangha, past and present, represent the practice leading to wisdom, which is in our own minds. So the Sangha is the examples of Sangha are people who have been successful in the practice. The real Sangha and the practice is always a mental one. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for reaching the end of this little talk. As I mentioned in the beginning, if you have questions or doubts or comments you'd like to make, please feel free to comment to me using the apps that are found on this channel. I appreciate your support. I hope you will consider liking and subscribing and possibly sharing with others that they may be blessed as well. Take care. Thank you.